like to express my great sense of honor and pride in the award that have been put together for this evening. I have been in a love relationship with Germany for a very long time. First came to this country when, well, in 1954. I was not yet 30. I was 26. My first stop was in Berlin. I performed in a place called the Titanic Palace. And although I had a lot of questions and a lot of reservations about how I would be received in Germany, that night in Berlin, and I looked up at the thousands of faces that came to greet me moment, I realized that I had more than just appeared before an audience. I appeared before a country whose history was at the dawning of being redefined. It just come out of a great war, and that great war had been very costly. Many people felt that the punishment for those who started that tragedy should be eternal. There were others who said you cannot punish civilization for doing what it has done in the past, and unfortunately may do again in the future. Germany wasn't the only place where there was historical tragedy. The United States of America, where I come from, many millions more than had suffered in the First and the Second World War. The period of slavery, 30 million Africans paid with their lives. No one held America hostage. The country went on to build itself and to make a democracy and to give opportunity to those who have built an exemplary pattern. I came to Germany, I saw that potential here in the young faces of the audience in Berlin. I realized that my future was with the young people of Germany. From that time until now, I've come here almost every year. I have fallen in love with the people here, their warmth and the way in which they have embraced me, permitted me to become somewhat feisty in discussing German and German affairs. I was here before the war, I was here during the war, and I was here after the war. I went from Eastern Germany, from West Germany to East Germany, and my one fervent wish would be that one day there would be a unified Germany, and indeed a unified world. One of the things that my friends in other parts of the world say, what do you find in Germany? And I say, well, I've been with the United Nations Children's Fund, UNICEF, for 27 years as a goodwill ambassador. No country has done as much in giving to the cause of the children of the world as has the people of Germany. Germany stands #1 on the list as a per capita basis, the largest donor towards the problems of children globally. And I'm very deeply touched for work which I am rewarded in doing by seeing these children in Rwanda, in the Sudan, in the favelas of South Africa, and in Brazil, and all through the Caribbean and Latin America. It's global. And here in Germany, the German people stand squarely in the midst of taking a vanguard position in dealing with the needs of our common humanity. When I met Viola, I had had no choice. She was going to marry my promoter. But we developed our own special friendship. And in that life, I wanted to know how she was doing. And there was the business. And through that encounter, I met Father Stefan and began to hear about the work he was doing in South Africa, in Cape Hope, South Africa. Now here I am, being awarded, and I am thankful for that, especially to the people of Dresden, who at this very moment are at the dawning of a new conflict. But the flow of refugees leaving the Southern Hemisphere, coming throughout Europe. Europeans are facing a great challenge. There are many who embrace the challenge, as has been experienced by me with many citizens here in Dresden, and there's those who resist the challenge. To those who resist the challenge, I say, you are part of the problem. Germany, back in the days of the dawning of the great imperial reign of Bismarck, here in Germany, a great conference was held by all of the European nations to discuss how to conquer and how to exploit Africa. And for over a century, the presence of Europeans in Africa devastated that region. They plundered it for its diamonds and its gold and all of its mineral resources. And that one fact alone made Europe one of the wealthiest communities civilization had ever known. Well, now it's time for payback. The people who are in turmoil in the Southern Hemisphere has turned to Europe, to the Northern Hemisphere, certainly to the United States and other countries for help. Our humanity demands of us that we do the right thing. I am proud of my friendship with Germany, and there was no greater reward in most recent years than when, in an ill-advised way, the United States decided to invade Iraq, created a war that was unjust and immoral, and when the German people were invited to participate in that unjust war, the nation, through its chancellor, said no. And we will forever touched. They knew Germany had awakened and had spoken. It wanted no more war. And although the problems are quite complicated, it is the pure of heart that makes the difference. There's nothing that's going wrong with the human race that cannot be fixed. And although I've always had a resistance to the church, I've always had a feisty attitude towards what the church has not done, let alone to some of the things it has done. One of the rewards, which is God's mystery, they gave Father Stefan. And now they've given us Pope Francis. So I think there's hope for us. There's certainly hope for the children of Africa through what we're seeing here in Dresden and with this award. I pay my respects to you, Viola, and to all the artists who have performed here tonight, to give of themselves. And I thank you for honoring me. The ego of those with that is not what's at stake here. What is most important to me about this award is that the award validates the work that I've chosen to do. To many, there are those who oppose that work. I many who have condemned me for that work. But then there's this moment, and there's Dresden, and that makes everything just okay. Das ist spitze.